Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, Instagram. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome to the live stream NeuroGraphic Drawing. We are doing the intro, the session 1 of the Neuro Butterfly Effect course. Actually, it's called the Butterfly Effect. I wrote the Neuro Butterfly course, but it's really a butterfly effect. Hi, Laz. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. This is an amazing, amazing session we're going to have on. Prepare your markers, prepare your paper, prepare your amazing big fat wish. Okay, this is what I would like to call it. Your nice big wish that you want to come true. Okay, and we're going to do this. We're going to start bringing our wishes to reality this and next week. Next week is going to be the last week of December, and then the week after, the first week in January, I'm going to do a series of drawing. I'll post the schedule 2-3 times a week. Let's draw. We're going to do drawing planning for year 2025. Okay, we're going to plan for the financial success. We're going to plan for the for health. We're going to do a drawing where we're planning for 2025. The focus of the year for me personally will be happiness each and every day, to live with happiness, to start your day with happiness, to end your day with happiness, to bring happiness as a major way of living into your life. What else? I have everything written down. Okay, so I'm gonna post it for you. We're going to do professional development. We're going to draw a whole year of professional development. So sit down and start writing your goals. What are your goals? Make a list of goals. What are your goals for professional development? What are your goals for health? What are your goals for finances? Okay. For finances, we're going to do I'm going to show you how we can plan out the whole year, but you need to sit down and count up. Okay. What are you earning? For finances, I'm going to write to you when we're doing finances. We're going to do on a special day, when it's going to be the new moon, and it's going to probably align with, I have to see when the new moon is. It on the 1st of January or before? Anyway, we're going to figure it out. Okay, it's going to be a nice alignment this year. We're going to align everything. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. Glad to see you. And let's do this. Let's start drawing for a beautiful year ahead. Today, we're going to work on our wishes, okay? Today, we're going to do, it's a diagnostic drawing where you're going to figure out where your wish is, okay? We did that last week when we did the miracle drawing, right? We saw where the drawing is when it comes to the 4 parts of our body. Today, we're going to do something similar, but a bit different. We're going to add more elements. You're going to see more stuff, okay? I realize I need to turn off my sharing. Okay, now you should see me full size. Okay. Instagram, you will be able to see what I'm drawing. I'm going to turn it over, and YouTube too. I'm going to turn over my camera. Okay. For now, start thinking about your wishes. We're going to do for the past 2 days, not yesterday. Yesterday was a holiday for many of you. The 2 days before, Monday and Tuesday, we spoke about the 8 steps of the algorithm. Okay, so it's very important for us to follow. Okay, I'm gonna practice what I'm preaching. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna follow the 8 steps of the algorithm as we make this drawing. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is take a piece of paper. It can be your notepad. Okay, I have a notepad, and start. We're gonna make the 2-minute brainstorming. Okay, we're gonna take my phone is busy with my Instagram, so I'm gonna use my iPad. Let me see what's happening here. Okay, the first step we're gonna do is step number 1. If you remember the 8 steps of the algorithm, right? We did that yesterday, the day before yesterday, actually. And we're gonna go through it. Step number 1 was setting the topic. Healing arts and yoga. Welcome, dear. Glad to see you here. Okay, again, better if you guys are comfortable with Instagram, I'm absolutely fine. I'm just going to change my, put the phone down and you will see what I'm drawing. If it's not clear, because I know I put some filters. I'm gonna try to see if I can change the filters right before I change, so you can see the picture clear, right? Because I know that's how it's supposed to work. But definitely the picture will be clear if you go to YouTube, okay? It's your choice. You can stay on both of them. Okay, so I'm gonna put a 2-minute timer on my iPad. And the first thing we're gonna do is figure out what is the goal. Okay, now, if you already know what your theme is, you should at this point be aware of what your theme is. Remember, you can either set a goal, a topic, or a theme. A theme is a general area of your life, okay? What are you setting for year 2025? What's your main focus? Yes, we're gonna do, like I said, the drawing in all 8 areas, okay? But what is your main focus? Okay, at this point, give me a second, guys. Somebody's texting me. Okay, excellent. Let me check. Excellent. Yeah. Sorry. I know it posed, but somebody texted me. I wanted to make sure it's nothing important. What is your main focus? Okay. Is your main focus? Yes, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna draw about health, we're gonna draw about finances, personal development, professional development, family and relationships, social environment. We're gonna draw about that. Okay. We're gonna make a separate drawing where our focus for the year will be happiness. Okay. But my point to you right now is, what is your focus, your general, like, what do you want to focus the most on? Is it going to be a health? Is it going to be finances? Is it going to be professional development, personal development, family and relationships? Is it going to be leisure? What do you do? What the way to, like, kind of improve the way you rest? Rest is just as important as work. Okay. Without it, it's not, and it's not the same as personal development. It's a bit different. Okay. So think about it. For me, um, as much as I've been thinking, finances comes up. So I'm going to do this. Okay. I'm going to write the word finances. Okay. In the center of my paper. Okay. I'm going to show it to you now. I'm not showing my camera yet because I'm going to be doing the 2-minute writing. Okay. Those of you on YouTube here, you can see, right? I put the word finances right in the center. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to turn on 2 minutes. You're going to write everything and anything that comes to your mind. Okay. It can be some thought. It can be an emotion. It can be a body sensation. Pay attention to everything and anything. This is an awareness practice. Start becoming more and more aware of everything and anything that's happening with you within this moment. Okay. For 2 minutes. Do not stop writing, not even for a second. If nothing comes to your mind, that's what you're writing. Nothing comes to my mind, okay? That's resistance at work. I'm going to talk about resistance. I'm going to make a separate video about it. But that's what it is. Whatever comes to you, you just note down. You just become aware of anything and everything, okay? Ready, set, go. Again, put the main theme, the main focus of what you want the year to be in the center. Ready, set, go. 2 minutes start. Start writing with me, okay? Oh, the timer has finished. 2 minutes has finished. So whatever you wrote down, just stop at this moment, okay? And let's do this, okay? Let's start. So now I'm going to transfer my camera for you guys to see what I'm doing. And let me change the filter maybe. Let me see. Can I change the filter? Yes, I guess I can, right? Okay, there you go. I think I changed no filters now. So you will be able to see the paper exactly the way it's on my, okay. Just change. You see my drawing? Yes, okay. So I think this way is good, yeah? Let me know, guys, on Instagram. Can you see my drawing clearly, right? Just to make sure. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna add color to this. Actually, what I'm gonna do first, I want to connect my words together. I'm gonna do like a mind map, connecting my words together. While I was drawing, it was interesting for me to even note how certain words were closer to my goal. This is my goal, okay? Okay, I'm gonna make it color yellow. Highlighters, okay? Yellow to bring awareness of it within my mind, okay? Now, it's interesting to start noting certain areas, like I started noting right away when I wrote "Save for the Future," I felt the resistance within my body, so right away in parentheses, I wrote ARL, okay? That's something I want to be aware of. Okay, so I'm gonna make it green, okay? Oh, and I just thought of another idea that I need to add here, okay? Okay. Just at this point right now, I'm just gonna, oh, I wanted to do the, okay, I'm gonna do the connection, okay? I'm gonna connect the words together to see what's happening here, okay? The word new courses are connected to professional development. I enjoy my life. Okay. I'm connecting, right? I'm noticing what it can be, what is connected to me to the word finances, right? The word new courses, the word professional development, money, okay? I'm going to connect it, but there's a huge resistance here, so I have to do an ARL here on this specific topic, okay? Content. Now, being content is connected to enjoying my life. I have something I call create sacred space, and I'm wondering where it's about. At one point in my mind, the word labyrinth came. So I'm going to connect those two together because to me, labyrinth is creating sacred space. And I have a whole course called the Neuro Labyrinth course. I loved it. I did it this past year. It was amazing. And by the way, write it down for yourself for next week. Create a list create a list, okay? Create a list of everything, my gratitude for 2024. Create the stuff that you were successful, like whatever plans you had that came through, and then create a separate part the plans that something you planned for but didn't come true, okay? Suppose failures, I'm going to put it in parentheses because there are no failures. There's learning, there's journey in life, right? And I want you to focus on that part, okay? So just something for you to keep in mind, write it down on a piece of paper for you to do as a homework until we meet next week, which probably going to be either Monday or Tuesday, okay? Enjoy my life, emotions course, right? I'm going to write the emotions course. Happiness course will be interesting. The happiness course, I tried to connect it to finances, but I connected it to more enjoy my life. And I know that the happiness course, I already know that I set it for you. It may not be even a monetary, it may be a donation-based course, but I am going to make it accessible to everyone. So that's something interesting that right away, when I tried to connect it to finances, it went through and connected to how to be happy, how to enjoy life. And maybe also like creating your sacred spaces. That would be great. Emotions. Enjoy life is happiness. Family is happiness, right? Families, kids. Of course, let's see where it goes. Happiness and joy. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. And money and Mac alignment course. Let's see if it's going to connect to me to finances. It did, but it went, oh, yeah, there you go. It goes to money and it goes to professional development. Excellent. Okay. And it goes to happiness. Okay. So I did some mind mapping, okay? It may not be legible to you, but it doesn't matter. For me, in my mind, I connected certain words that make sense to me in my mind. To my subconscious, this makes sense, okay? Now I'm just going to take any markers. I'll be honest with you. I'm just going to take them. I'm doing it completely intuitive. I'm not even reading the words. I'm just kind of reading it while I'm already coloring it, okay? So I'm not planning anything here, okay? I mean, I'm not like fully consciously doing everything, okay? Planning is, whether you want it or not, your mind is planning everything, okay? Okay. Do this, okay? Just take a marker and start kind of bringing it out on an emotional level within your mind, okay? Emotions course. I've been wanting to do the emotions course, guys, a special emotions course where I might do it as a workshop where each month we're gonna do a workshop on focus on one emotion. What would you like that, or would you like more of the course? That's right. I'm confused. I'm like thinking I wanted to do it like meeting once a month at the workshop, where we draw emotions. But then I was thinking that maybe what happened to my blue? Interesting. I'm missing a blue highlighter. And or do a whole course, like meeting every week for one emotion. I felt that might be a bit too much for our psyche to handle, you know, meeting every week for an emotional, it needs some time to process. So I'm going to do it once a week, once a month, I mean. We're gonna schedule workshops once a month where we meet up and we work on emotions. We're working one emotion at a time, working through emotions, aligning them, working, processing them, learning to increase our emotional IQ. That's a major, major thing, because as kids, most of our parents did not know how to handle, how to process emotions. And that's something we all grew up not knowing. So part of us, half of us, box emotion, they put emotions away, they become emotionless, right? They look at everything with logic. And half of us become overly emotional because we don't know how to process emotions. So as a result, we tend to act overly emotional to certain areas in our life, you know, to certain plans in our life, to certain happenings in our life. So that's something I want to definitely work on, okay? Okay, I think I colored everything. Okay, make sure you colored all the words. And once you're ready, let's start, okay? Now, it's very important over here to please follow my lead, okay? I'm going to give you some time, okay? Because I know this is a live drawing, so I'm going to draw one element, and then I'm going to give you time. First, listen to my explanation, what we are drawing first. Then you follow through, and then you add, you do the next element, okay? Again, Instagram, let me know if everything is clear for you. I see 2 people on Instagram. Oh, wait, I just realized that I am not. YouTube, let me know if everything is clear for you. I think you're good. Check, make sure YouTube is up to date. Yeah. Yeah, Sharon, thank you. Absolutely. I'm telling you, I took this emotion course and it was amazing. I think working with emotion through NeuroGraphica will be absolutely fabulous. It will definitely increase our emotional IQ, the way it's not just the way we're aware of emotion, but the way we learn to process, we understand what each emotion, even we're going to actually focus more on even on so-called negative emotions. And I'm going to put it on parentheses because there are negative emotions. Emotions are relevant to what's happening at the moment, okay? So that's something for us to learn. Anyway, let's talk about where we are now. Look at your desire. Look at your theme. What is the major focus of your goal? You know, what do you want to focus on the year 2025? Take one marker. Please do not switch colors or markers, okay? Even if you know this algorithm, why don't you draw with me this time, okay? Use one color. Don't want to confuse yourself. You can always we color different elements in different colors, but for now, use one markers because we need to round them out with each other and we want to make sure they integrate well together, okay? So let's start figuring out, okay? We're going to put everything, listen up again, do not use other shapes, only circles, okay? Only circles. The first thing we're going to put our desire, our goal. Okay, again, ideally, I'm going to say this, ideally it should be in the center, but life is not ideal. So actually scout with your hands, okay? I realize I didn't wear my beautiful rings, which I want to. Okay, scout with your hands. Notice, where does your desire go on the paper? Okay, breathing in and breathing out. Okay. Start paying attention. Your attention, you will start looking in a certain area. For me, I realize it's right here. Okay. Yeah. And I tried with my finger first. Try with your finger, create a circle with your finger. Make sure your body is the main indication. A lot of us turn our body off. They do not know how to listen to our body. We need to learn how to listen to our body. Listen to your body. Notice when you do a circle here with your finger, does your body align with it? Does your body agree with it? Once it does, that's when you actually draw. That's when you bring out the circle on the paper, on the drawing, okay? Okay, and you're gonna write, you can write, I'm gonna write the word desire. If you want, you can just put number 1 and then write, but then on the separate piece of paper, make sure you write 1 is desire, so you know what one goes according to. Now, it's important. We're gonna add other elements. In order for any desire, for any wish, for any goal to come true, we need to align parts of who we are, okay? We have 4 parts of who we are, okay? And there are 2 ways to go from it. We learned it last week during the Neuro Miracles intro, right? We have 4 parts of who we are. We have the body, the emotions, the mind, or the soul. Okay? When we talk about desire, the first thing we should focus on is the soul, because desire, as we talked about it last time, it belongs to the outer realm. It belongs to the part that connects us to the soul, okay? So the first thing you're going to put is draw the soul. Where is your circle of the soul? Now, remember the rule for this algorithm. The circles can overlap or they don't have to overlap. Anyway, it's fine. We're just putting circles. Don't add any neural lines. Don't add anything else. Just follow my directions, okay? Okay, great, Laz. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute. Make sure you put your desire if you didn't yet. Breathing in and breathing out. Start scouting. Start figuring out with your finger, aligning your body, aligning all parts of who you are. Where is your soul element, the circle of the soul? Where would it go? So for me, it goes right here. Okay. So what I did first I tried it with my fingers. Then I added with my marker. So the next element we're going to add will be the mind. Start figuring out where is your mind element, okay? Where is the mind element? Try everything. You see what I'm doing? I'm scouting the paper, trying to see where does it align. Where do you feel? You're going to feel within your body, within your heart, within your chest area, how it's going to be like a little, like click. It's going to click where you're going to see the right area. Yeah, interesting. This is the first time this ever happened to me. I have two areas and I'm trying to figure out because I feel comfortable here and comfortable here. So I'm going to say it loudly. Mind. Where is my mind element? Okay. And the mind element is actually here. Okay. But I know why I also felt good here because this is probably my emotions. Okay. Where is my emotions element? Emotions is right here. Oh my God. Wow. It is far away. Okay. The size of the circle, again, it's individual. Just draw whatever size you want. You don't have to copy mine. Okay. The emotions element. Okay. Now we need to align the body element. Okay. Now, to answer your question, if the element doesn't go fully on the paper, what can you do? Now, the rule is you must see 70, at least 2/3 or 75% of your circle must fit on the paper. Okay, like you see what I did? There is some part that I can't see, and that would constitute about 25%. The rest, 75%, I can see. That's the rule. You cannot put any element that would be like a little bit, tiny bit. No, you must see 65 to 75% of your circle. Okay, very, very important. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give you a minute to put this in because we have one more element and I have to explain it to you, okay? I'm gonna give you a few more seconds. Finish putting all your elements. Desire goes first, then goes the soul, then you put the mind, then the emotions, and the last element will go is the body. Any questions, please feel free. I'm actually looking at my comments both on Instagram and on YouTube. So welcome to ask if you have any questions, okay? The last element before, I'm not going to explain what it is, just put it down, okay? I'm going to call it. It's called the observer. The observer goes in the paper. You put it down first, and I will explain what it is. Do it intuitively. Where is the observer element in your drawing, okay? Scout with your fingers first. Observer element. For me, the observer element is right here. Okay, write the word observer so you know which one is which, okay? Give you a minute to do so, and then I will explain everything. What does this mean? The way we put these circles, I'm gonna give you a diagnostic tool. How do you interpret it, okay? I will explain what it happens to me, and I'll give you other scenarios that may happen, okay? Notice my circle none of my circles are perfect circles, okay? Do not use a circular, do not use any object to draw with your hands. It must be done with your hands, okay, guys? Okay. Do what I'm doing, go over each of the elements, right? Make the circle thicker, okay? Something like this happens. Look what happened with the emotions. I went a bit over, just kind of round out between the two lines, okay? Now it's important to start understanding what is it that we put on our paper, okay? I'm gonna give you an explanation, an interpretation, so to say. Again, I'm not interpreting your paper, but I am interpreting what is each element represents, okay? The element of desire is your goal. Of course, this is what we're focused on in the previous step, okay? By the way, for those of you following the 8 steps, this is step 2, the composition, okay? The element of the soul represents the wishing, the desire, the actual desire, okay? It's interesting to start noticing. I notice that my soul and my desire are not aligned together. Ideally, right? The desire should be originating in the soul, should be connected to the soul. I notice it's not, which means, and this is something you can do on your own. I do this exercise every few months. You need to figure out the souls represent something we call values, okay? I realized that this goal is not aligned with my values. That's why it's not connected with my soul. Soul is where our values lie. Those of you who took the goals and values course with me, amazing course, I taught it last year, where we actually work in details on figuring out what are our true values, not something we think they are, okay? What are our true values? Because like over here, right? I keep thinking I want the goal to be finances, but I realized it's not aligned with my soul, with my values. Why? And that's something I'm going to actually figure out. I'm going to try to figure out, okay? But for now, that's something you guys can do this. You can take, I may even have, I'm sure I have at least 2 sessions, open sessions where I talk about values. You can write values, Lana Shalom. I'm sure a video will come up, okay? So I realized my desire is not aligned with my values. I need to figure this out because the most important thing, any goal in your life should be aligned with your values. If it's not aligned with your values, no matter how much you will align it with your mind, with your body, even your emotions, even though my emotions are far away, it will not come true. Your desire must be aligned with your values. The desire must be aligned with your soul. Okay. For now, I'm just doing a diagnostic explanation. I will explain to you what we're doing next. And again, remember, this is session 1. There are 6, or even now there are 7 sessions in the course. Okay. So you need to do the, I have 2 cohorts, actually. I'm gonna leave the second cohort. It's a more current cohort. I did it last year. But the idea is that this is, we're going to work through this. We're going to try to align them together, but this is the process. The important thing for you to remember, it's a process. It's not going to happen within 1 session. It takes 5, 6, maximum 7 sessions. I think there's 6 or 7 sessions where we work. No, there's not 6 and 7 sessions. There's 3 sessions because each session we do 2 drawings. We work on 2 elements, okay? Aligning them together. But for now, most important, I realize that my desire is not aligned with my values. I need to figure this out, okay? The next element we added was the mind, okay? Pay attention to your element of the mind and the element of the desire. Are they overlapping? Are they connecting? First of all, they may just connect, right? Connecting is just like, let's say if the circle would be here, it would just touch the desire element, but it would not overlap. So the question is, are they connected or are they overlapping? In my case specifically, I'm noticing they're overlapping, okay? Which means, and I'm noticing how much do they overlap? And I would say maybe like 15%. It's not even 25. It's like 15 to 10% of Okay, the desire and the mind overlap like about 10%, which gives me a clue to understand that my mind is aligned with this goal, with this desire, for about 10%. Is that good enough? To be honest with you, no. It needs to be aligned at least, okay, in order for your goal to come true, it needs to be aligned 75%, okay? So I'm looking at this and I'm realizing it's only a 10%. So that means I need to make efforts. I need to work to make sure that this element aligns with my mind, okay? The two elements, the mind and the desire, must be aligned much closer with each other, okay? Much more overlapping than what's happening here. Aligned means more overlapping, okay? Okay. Next, we added the emotions element. The emotions element represent passion. Oh, okay, the minder element, by the way, represents analyzation, okay? Analysis. That means if my mind and my desire is not aligned, I didn't fully I didn't fully thought this through, okay? Remember the brainstorming we do? That's a thought process. That's awareness of your thoughts. It's not fully there. I need to figure out what is it that I want within my financial life that I need improved. Okay, it's not there yet. It's not fully developed, not fully open on the logical analysis level. Now, emotions represent passion. Notice what's happening. Where is my passion in this goal that needs to be, and the desire? In order for a desire to come true, what do we need? We need passion. Passion is fire. Passion is actually the emotions element. We know it's closely connected to the fire element. Okay, you need to have passion. You need to have, understanding. You need to like kind of fuel it. There's no energy in this goal. How will my goal, even if I think this through, even if I align it with my values, if there is no emotions, if there is no passion, this desire will not go forward, right? This is pure physics. In order for any object to move from point A to point B, what do we need to apply? We need to apply force, right? There's the whole formula for energy, right? That was developed by Einstein, I believe. I believe Einstein. I don't know. I may not be right. I'm not a physicist, okay? But the same thing here. Passion equals force. Before any physical force occurs in real life, you need to work out the energetical force. Is there an energy? If you have no passion, if you have no desire, and by desire I mean passion, your goal will not come true. Okay? So for me, I realize this is numero uno. Number one, I need to align my passion with my desire, okay? For emotions, I'm going to write the word passion. I want to be aware. And for desire, I'm going to write my goal, which is finances. I'm actually going to make it clear, okay? Finances. Passion and finances. Boo! Even, I'll be honest with you, I feel so much resistance within my body, and not just anywhere in my body, notice the area, the chest area of my body. There's so much resistance. Like I just wrote passion and finances. I'll tell you, I feel nauseous. Whenever you feel nauseous, your body is showing you a true surefire way to let you know this is not okay with me. And I definitely feel a huge block within my heart area, within my chest area, which is where the passion is connected. Okay, metaphysically, physically, this is where our heart is. This is where the reason for this is where the flux of the most amount of blood is connected within the heart, right? We know that. And blood is the way passion occurs, okay? Passion in our body is connected to, there's the reason why it's connected to color red, and it's connected to our body, to our blood, I mean. Blood is color red, okay? And of course, as we talk about resistance, I'm going to talk, it's interesting to note, when I talk about in general with body, it's connected to it. Look, even as I go over my body, look how much it's connected. It's even deeper within the desire element, right? It's quite connected. Only resistance I feel is when it comes to passion, okay? I don't feel passionate about it. And I need to find out why. And I just got even a little intuitive idea of why. Okay, I realize why, okay? So that's something I'm going to work on. But for now, okay, I'm going to align. I'm going to look what I'm doing. Oh, going over both elements, rounding out all of the intersections between them, aligning them together and making harmony and balance and love and care, comfort, acceptance within both of them, integrating them, those two elements together, okay? So that comes up to me like, honestly, I'm the most confused about this because I'm confused. Like the body is so much aligned with my goal, yet for some reason, and I think it's connected to my emotions, I feel like such a huge resistance here. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. Once you do this, okay, let me give you different scenarios of what might happen. Okay, the way it might be in your work. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me tell you about the observer. The observer element represents the higher force. The observer element, if you're a religious person, this is your connection to God. This is where you feel intuitively, you put down how kind of God views it, okay? If you are not a religious person, you can look at it as the word universe, okay? This is how universal energy, godly energy. This is what remember in the neurographic method, we refer to it as the field lines. When we put field lines, we're aligning ourselves, we're connecting ourselves to the universal energy, to the higher power. Whatever the word you connect to the higher power, you can call it spirits, you can call it, I call it God. I'm a religious person, okay? I believe in God, said to me for first and foremost, everything in the world representation. But you guys choose your own, go according with your values, right? What does this mean to you? When I talk about observer, we're talking about higher power. When I talk about higher power, how do you refer to it? Do you call it the universe? Do you call it God? Do you call it spirits? Whatever it is, guys, okay? Whatever it is, it's not the same as the soul, guys. The soul is connected to the higher power, but it's part of God. The way I look at the soul, part of God or a part of the universe is within you. But the higher power is much bigger than the soul. If we talk about what we did last week, right? Remember we drew the four element. This is my drawing, by the way, the completed one. Remember we had the soul, then we had the mind, the emotions, and then the body. Well, the higher power is right here. It's God. It's outside. Kabbalistic term for it is Or Ein Sof, the unlimited source of light and energy. That's the observer, okay? It's our source of light and energy. We're going to do this, we're going to connect to unlimited source of light and energy to get some energy to connect, to bring our elements together, okay? So I'm looking at it and I'm wondering, where is the higher power? Where is the observer? Where is that alignment with the higher power, with universal power, with God, godly energy? Where is it in regards to my goal? My desire is my goal, okay? And I noticed, okay, it's overlapping like maybe 25%, maybe maximum 30. It's not fully. I wanted, remember, your goal, I'm going to show it to you now. I'm going to explain to you what the goal is. Your goal is, look at this. Your goal is to create a drawing, and that's what's going to happen at the end of the course. That's why we need to have six drawings where we're going to work with each element separately. Our drawing is not finished for today, just FYI. We're going to work with it, but I'm just explaining to you. The goal is to align and to bring this, okay? Your goal is in the center, and all of the elements will be aligned like this with it, okay? The soul and the emotions and the mind and the body and the observer. This is the perfect reaction. This is what we're looking for. All of the elements aligned with each other, and most importantly, fully and deeply integrated within the desire element, okay? Now, I'm going to give you different scenarios that's possible, okay? One possibility, notice, with me, some elements are connected to my goal and some elements are not, okay? The soul and the emotions do not touch my elements of desire, but the mind and the observer and the body are connected to my element of desire, okay? Now, notice, you may have this scenario. You may have a desire you may have a scenario where all the elements are not connected, okay? The desire is separate, where the elements are not connected whatsoever to the desire. By the way, notice, if they're connected to each other, that's okay. But your goal is to make sure they're connected with your goal element, okay? That's the main idea. If they're not connected, then you need to work on connecting. Each one of them must be fully, not just connected, but integrated within your desire. This, okay? Integrated within, go inside. Now, if you have my scenario where you start paying attention, which elements, some elements are connected and some elements are not, okay? Then you're gonna know, I'm gonna explain to you what to do next, okay? Because you're gonna start working with the element that requires most help. For me, it's my emotions, okay? And there is another scenario where you're gonna notice that elements are touching, but they're not integrated. Like even something like this, look, all the elements are touching your desire, but they're not deeply integrated. You still need to work, okay? You need to integrate it within. Okay, now, let's say I had this once happen. I remember when I twice or maybe 3 times I led this course, but once there was a person who said, oh my God, look, all my elements are integrated. And I said, that's great. That means you are at the last kind of step of integrating, last step of realization. That means that all the elements, your mind, your analysis is there, okay? You're fully connected to what the goal represents, how it should be combined, how it should come true in your life. Remember what we did, the quadrant, okay? The realization and the dream, the imagination and the dream, I meant to say, okay? You're not just imagining the goal, but you're already dreaming. You know what it means in your reality, okay? Your emotion is there. You have passion about it. You want it's aligned with your passion. Your soul, it's fully aligned with your goals, okay? Your higher power, it's fully aligned with this. Remember what I said, whatever represents a higher power for you. For me, it's God. This godly energy is behind it. By the way, godly energy comes fully integrated when all 4 elements come in, okay? In the course itself, we take turns. We're going to work. The first, it depends what you want to do, okay? For example, for me, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to actually do a separate drawing when I'm going to take my emotions and I'm going to work on it. There's an algorithm that I'm going to use to figure out, to align my emotions with my goal. Then I'm going to work on my soul. I'm going to align my soul with my goal. Then I'm going to work on my body, I'm thinking. It's interesting why. It seems like I should be working more on my mind. But at this point, I don't know why it seems like I should be working on my body. Okay, but we'll figure out. It may change. Okay, but that's what it is. For now, just if you have any questions, by the way, if you have a specific question about the way it came out for you, if you want to ask me, you're welcome to ask me, okay? But once you achieve this, your desire, your goal is ready to come. Okay, guys, this is like a hint for you. Now, let's do this. Let's figure out. Let's connect. I'm going to show you the way we do it in the NeuroGraphic algorithm, in the NeuroGraphic method. What I'm going to do is we're going to connect. Remember, for what we see now is just a bunch of circles. This is not a NeuroGraphic drawing yet. In order to make it into a NeuroGraphic drawing, what do you need to do? That's right. You need to connect it with the neural lines, okay? Use neural lines to connect them together. Your choice how you want to add. Do you want to add the body element first? Do you want to add feel safe? I want you to be in your safe space. Do not make yourself do something. Like, for example, logically, I should be connecting my emotions, but I have such high resistance that I'm not even daring to do this. I'm going to take safe space, okay? You want to be safe with each other. You want to respect your inner child. Resistance is your inner child that's not ready to do something that you are making. You know, just like when parents make children do something that's really crushes the child's not just mindset, but the ability of the child to resist to challenges, to resist to, you know, invasion. when they grow up. Because once you crush their will, which is what they do, they show their will when they say, no, I want to do it this way. When you crush it, when you say, no, you must do it this way, you crush their will. It's okay to do it once, it's okay to do it twice, because we know we need to do certain things to keep them safe. But when you do it too much, you crush their will, and then they have a hard time having a will altogether. So you need to be very careful. Do not crush. Do not force yourself to do something. Connect. Ask yourself, which element do I want to connect to my goal first? And I'm going to show you, okay? For example, for me, once I asked that, I realized I want to connect the higher power. I want to connect to the godly energy. Remember, this is the unlimited energy, unlimited source of light and energy. Breathing in and breathing out, draw 3 neural lines, connecting 3 neural lines between. Okay, notice what I'm doing. I'm going from one edge of the paper, connecting this element of the higher power, the observer, with the element of the desire. And I notice that it also goes through my body. Okay, I'm going to add one more. See if it wants to go this way. And notice what happened with this line. I was wondering if it wants to connect all the other elements. It didn't. It went on its own. I'm going to respect that. What you're going to do next, do not connect any other element until you finish rounding all the neural lines within this area, okay? And I'm going to lead you through something we call the reflection process, okay? Those of you in my course, you know what I'm talking about. Now, those of you who are specialists, pay careful attention to this, because this is a must-do. This is a must-do, a must-be requirement. As much as I required it, now the Institute requires it even more and more, okay? So you must learn how to do this, okay? Breathing in and breathing out, I'm going to guide you how to do the processing of everything that's happening with you as you do the rounding, okay? Breathing in and breathing out. Pay attention to your body. First, pay attention which body part stands out, which body part kind of sending you a signal. Notice me. Again, this is an awareness practice, so learn this. This is great to learn, even if you're not my neurographic specialist student, which I am highly advising you to be, because this is one of the best, okay? Those of you in the specialists here, please chime in, send a comment with that. It's the most amazing course, right? Isn't the specialist course the best course ever? It really is the best course. It has the most amount of algorithms. And of course, you get the rights to work with others, but the specialist is the coolest course there is, okay? I'll be honest with you, the most amazing course. So anyway, pay attention to your body, breathing in and breathing out. Which body part comes up? I'm going to model it to you, which means I'm going to actually answer my own question in order for you to understand what I am looking for when I ask questions. Breathing in and breathing out. What are my body sensations? So I notice something within my throat. So I'm going to say throat, okay? Those of you in the specialist course, start noting, okay? Take down a piece of paper. You see what I'm doing? Create this grid and start paying attention to what your body is telling you, okay? You're going to start, right? Step 3 as we do the rounding. You're going to write body, throat, head, ears. I notice my ears, my hands, and my tummy, okay? Emotions. Don't stop the rounding. Continue doing the rounding as you're learning the awareness, the reflection within you, okay? Becoming aware of all parts of who you are within yourself. Anybody here who doesn't know how to do the rounding, please let me know and I will explain for you what to do. Basically, what you're going to do is creating curving out kind of, curving out, rounding out the integration, the intersection between any of the lines on your drawing, okay? Emotions. I am mad. I am angry, okay? Notice you're becoming aware of the emotions. You are not your emotions, and that's an important part, okay? When I say I'm mad, am I angry? Do I feel mad and angry? I have that emotion, but I'm not mad and angry. Okay, guys, this is an important distinguish to understand. Doing the reflection process constantly will bring you to that awareness, learning to distinguish between who you are as a human being, which is a sum of all parts of who you are, and distinguishing between your emotion at the moment. Okay, I feel the emotion of angerness and madness, but I'm not mad and angry. Okay, guys, it doesn't overtake me. It's not who I am. It's just my emotion at this specific moment. And by the way, that's a fleeting. Emotions are very fleeting. I'm mad and angry one time, and another second, another moment, guess what? I'm going to feel happy already. When I do the rounding, you bring the emotions of care, love, acceptance, joy. So all of this is very fleeting. I may feel happy at one point, and another time, again, I may feel angry or conflicted or confused or scared. Okay. I have a whole session, open session called The Wheel of Emotions. Watch it. Start learning to understand what are your emotions, learning to understand what they are, and join my new emotions course that I will be bringing this next year, to learn to process emotions, to learn to bring emotions to who you are. Okay, processing them so that you can understand, why is this emotion here? What is the message of the emotions to you at the moment, your subconscious, okay? Anyway, we're going to go on in our reflection process. Continue the rounding and ask yourself, what are my thoughts? Whatever comes, just write it down on a piece of paper separately. Don't write it on your drawing. Very important. Do not put your reflection process on your drawing, okay? Your drawing is a sacred space. You don't want to put just anything in here, okay? And the last step, we're going to have something we call insight or a reflection. That's why it's called the reflection process. It's a process of getting to a reflection. Breathing in and breathing out. I'm looking at my drawing and I ask myself, what is this about? What is my insight? What is my reflection? And I say a special phrase of acceptance. I say, I'm aware and I acknowledge all of my body sensations, all of my emotions, all of my thoughts. And I give them space, place, and awareness within my life, within all of my being. Breathing in and breathing out. Ask yourself, what does this mean to me? What is this about? What is the deep, the hidden, the inner message that my inner self, my soul, my intuition is sending me? Okay, I got an interesting message. Very happy about it. Yeah, thank you, Sharon. Yeah, the specialist is the best course. And honestly, to be honest with you, I love teaching all of my courses, but this is specialist, is a special course. And I'm doing a refresher in January, guys, okay? Those of you in the specialist course, look out for the schedule. I'm going to post it of all the refresher schedules. You will be welcome to join me, okay? Okay, now, once you aligned, once you connected one element, in my case, it was the element of the observer, but notice, right? While I'm connecting the element of the observer, of the higher power with my desire, I also connected the element of the body. But I feel like I noticed that I want to connect my body even more. So that's, ask yourself, what's the next element you want to connect to your goal, okay? And I realized it's an element of the body. And voila, finally connecting. Look, as I was connecting my element of the body, I went through my emotions, okay? And I'm so happy to notice it means my emotions is starting to like kind of get on board, okay? So I added 3 neural lines to go from the edge of my paper through the body element. That's a must, okay? Don't omit the body element to the goal element, but also start noticing what other elements have been connecting as like a byproduct, as a way of connecting your body. In my case, my body, or whatever your guide, you don't have to follow mine. You choose your own elements. Always ask yourself, what is the next element that wants to be connected? Okay. Now, at the butterfly effect course, by the way, okay, it's interesting to know that the butterfly effect, this is the name of the course, okay, it's available as a trainer, okay. You take the course, okay, it's on special, by the way, the regular price is $125, $150. I just put it on sale for $49, so I suggest you run. Okay, I'm gonna keep it until I think January 7th. After the first week of January, I'm gonna take it off and put it back to the regular price of $150. Maybe I'll make it a bit cheaper, but it will never be $49 until next December, okay? Because that's the best time to draw it, okay? And if you want to be a trainer for this course, welcome to buy the trainer module, okay? The trainer aspect. In order for you to become a leader, to teach this course, to lead this course for others, you can lead this course, not teach it, but lead it to others if you are a specialist. And of course, if you are an instructor, you can become the trainer. You can actually teach this course to others then. You must become you can become a trainer. Okay, the trainer component is also available for purchase. Okay, you're welcome to go to my website, NeuroGraphica USA or lanashalom.com, and start purchase the course, finish your butterfly effect course, and then you can become a trainer. Okay, the interesting part over here is that the course itself involves working with each element separately. Okay. We work with the emotion elements through the specific algorithm. By the way, if you are a basic user, this is a perfect course for you because most of the algorithms we involve in working with each elements are the basic user algorithms, okay? It's interesting to note. I want to tell you the history of this course, of this amazing course, okay? There was a Russian psychologist, Daniel Podbolotny. He created a metaphoric associative game with this, okay? Created a whole game with metaphoric cards, where you do the metaphoric cards and you look at it and what the association. Then a colleague of mine, her name is Vera Zhuchkova, she took this course with Daniel, okay? And she was learning, she was the same, she's also a 2018 instructor. She's a Russian speaking, she doesn't speak English. That's why she granted me the right to lead this course to the English speaking audience, okay? And by the way, that's what happens. If you become a trainer, this is a new course. Nobody ever has it before. So you can actually lead it in your native language, I have people who are leaders in this course, I think in Romanian, there's, I think there's Spanish speaking person, but English speaking, I don't know. I think it might be just me, but you are welcome to become a trainer, okay? That's the idea. So Vera was studying, we were together, learning together, we're colleagues, I'm very good friends with Vera. We talk, we socialize all the time. She has amazing courses. Those of you who took the financial generation, that's also her course, right? So she took, she was in the NeuroGraphic course at the moment, and she's like, why don't I use, and she passed her basic user course, okay? And she started thinking, why? And she looked at this game that Daniel created, the psychological game, right? And when I say psychological game, it's not the same as in English, it sounds different. Psychological games in English means somebody doing something evil. In Russian, psychological games are actually a great way to bring any idea across to your subconscious, okay? So I'm going to call it the Metaphoric Associate Mac game, okay? It's called also the Mac game because they use it with the Mac cards, okay? The Metaphoric Associative cards, okay? That's another course I still have in my plans to teach, guys, okay? It's an amazing, amazing entity to use. So Vera took this course and she's like, why don't I use it? Then you learn how to use, that was the very first course she created. She's like, why don't I use the neurographic algorithms to, align all the elements within this idea, the idea that if you want any wish, you should align all the elements of who you are, right? The soul, the mind, the emotions, the body, with the element of the goal. But remember, there's a new aspect here. We also have something called the observer. That's not something usual, right? And she did this. She took all the basic user algorithm and started aligning them together. And she came up with this amazing course. I'm going to tell you, I use this course every time I have a desire that I feel like, I don't know how realistic it may come true, may not come true. I start using this algorithm, it comes true, okay? Not just for me. This course now has like about 300 practitioners, 300 people who use the course. I think about maybe 50 of them are leaders of the course. They see results in themselves. They see results in their students. I see results in my students. Vera stands behind this course amazingly, okay? This is a truly amazing course. I highly recommend if you're an instructor or a specialist, welcome to buy the trainer's rights to use this course with others, okay? This is a truly amazing course. It does wonders, okay? I'm going to ask my next question. Look at this. I aligned my body and I aligned my observer with a desire. And notice what's going to happen. This is a very interesting technique. I'm going to start noticing that my body, and I'm going to ask myself a coaching question. The coaching question I ask myself is, does any of the elements that I aligned, that connected to the desire, does any of the element wants to grow? Okay. And I noticed that the answer comes, first I thought it was the body, first I thought it was the observer, but I realized my desire element wants to grow. And this is what I'm going to do. Go over it. Look at this. Go over it a few times. Grow the element that wants to grow. If it's the same as mine for you, if it's also desire, grow it. Okay. If it's any of the elements that you connected, remember, I connected body and higher and the observer. You may have connected the same thing, or you connected whatever elements you write. You're welcome to write. Which elements did you connect, guys? Socialize, welcome to, write. Give me your feedback. What are you guys connecting? How is it going with you? Do you have any questions about anything and everything that I'm telling you here? And in general, I would love to hear your feedback, guys. As much as I love doing open sessions, I would love to hear, maybe have some dialogue, some conversation with any of you. So welcome to write. Any of the elements, did any of the elements connect to another one? Okay, let me know. Did any of your element, by the way, if your element is not saying yes, do not grow in. That means it's not ready. Only grow whatever element wants to grow if it's ready. If it's not ready, ask it, are you ready to grow? If it tells you no, you're going to feel the resistance within your body. You're going to feel like the click within your body that says no. Listen to that click. Listen to become aware. Listen, become aware of your body, of your emotions, of all parts of who you are. Many of us, even those of us who are quite connected to our body, do not know how to use their body to listen to our intuition, connect. NeuroGraphica is an amazing, when I started using NeuroGraphica, it wasn't just that I became more aware of my body. My body is my weakest element, okay? Maybe I'll explain it to you guys. We all have strong elements, strong parts of who we are, and weak, okay? So for me, my body is my weakest. My soul and my emotions are my strong elements. My mind is a growing element, and my body is very weak. I always have a hard time connecting to my body, working with my body. It's very, it needs a lot of work, okay? And that's one of the, it's connected to your soul mission, to your mission of why you are in this world, what you are to do, how you, connected to your professional development, the personal development, and of course, your soul mission, okay? So pay attention. If your body is not telling you, yes, it wants to grow, do not grow your element, add more neural lines, connect more elements before your desire is ready to grow. Remember, two of these elements were already integrated within my desire. That's why my desire is ready to grow, okay? And remember, this is only drawing number one. You have to do 6 more drawings to grow all the elements more, to work with them. And then we have a final drawing where we put all the elements, and you're going to start notice that they actually shift. They learn to work together, okay? They grow. Notice what happened as I grew my desire. Look what happened. It connected to my higher power, 50%. It almost like a little less than 50% connected to my body. Notice what happened to my mind element. It's now 45% connected to my desire, okay? And I notice I'm thinking, yeah, this is the next element that's going to be connecting to my goal, okay? This is what I'm going to do. Add the neural lines going from one edge of the paper to the other. Your goal is to connect your next element. In my case, it's my mind with the desire, okay? Connecting the mind with the desire, okay? Give me a second, guys. One second, those of you on Instagram, I have an important message that came to me. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Just I'm expecting a delivery, so I have to be aware of all the messages. Okay, guys. Sorry, Instagram. I moved it a bit. Okay. So I added neural lines. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I need to let my kids know that there's a delivery coming, that they should be opening the door. Okay, guys, work on your elements. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay, guys. By the way, you're welcome to also take a break, maybe a 1 or 2 minute break as you need, if you need to drink or something. Okay, I'll be back in literally 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to bring the I had to bring the strapping myself. Okay, let's do this, okay? Let's finish the drawing. Okay, if you connected, so I connected my third element, and you can actually ask yourself some coaching questions, okay? Ask yourself, um, how, in my case, let's say my mind, right? So I'm gonna ask myself a logical question. I'm gonna ask myself, I'm gonna guide myself and say, how is my mind? What is the logical? What is the connection between the mind and the goal? Okay, because between the mind and my desire. I'm thinking analysis wise, right? My goal is finances. So I'm thinking, why do I want to, why did I put the finances as my goal? Okay. So I know I have specific areas that I need to work on. I realize it's much more in just increasing my finances, but this is the year where I want to focus on maybe understanding more about my finances. I know it's also in my brainstorm, I noticed that I have a course. I am a financial psychology of money leader, right? Trainer. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a whole course aligning money alignments with yourself, okay? On all levels, who you are as a person, with your family, your representation, what money means to you. And it's very interesting. It's like a very comprehensive course. And I'm thinking I'm going to do that, of course, through the use of the NeuroGraphic method, because we know whenever you combine the NeuroGraphic method with any other practices, integrative practices or any other method, it's become so much more powerful, right? I did it this past year. It's one of my amazing progresses. I did the reparenting course, Nurture Your Inner Child. It was absolutely amazing as we aligned our inner child. We worked through it. We worked with our inner parent. We kind of reestablished our new inner adult. It was such an amazing course. And I'll be honest with you, I see results in my life even now, right? As we speak, I see so many results of this course is I took an amazing training that I had working with your inner child, and I added the neurographic component to it. It was absolutely amazing. I loved it. I truly, truly enjoyed it. Okay, so that's what it is. And this butterfly effect course is just amazing, right? The idea that if a butterfly flaps its wings, somewhere in Africa, but we here in America, let's say I live in the United States, feel the effects. That's what it's about, right? That every little thing has a ripple effect on anything and everything we do for ourselves, but also on the world at large, right? That's why I always talk about the fact that you must always work on the social environment, the social component, what's happening, in the neurographic. A lot of people don't like to work on step 4.1, which is the figure in the background, which is learning how to integrate your goal within the social environment. People underestimate that part, but that's an important part to pay attention to. Okay, that's something, right? I realize could be a part of also my goals, right? Social environment, learning, right? How to work with your social environment, right? Especially in my professional goal, as I work with the method of neurographical learning to bring it to others, understanding how, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the reflection process one more time. What is my body sensation? Right. Okay, my body sensation is in my stomach, my tummy. I feel my tummy. I feel my ribs, actually, I feel my head. So when you do the body sensation, you always ask, the first question you ask yourself is, which body part am I feeling? And then you actually ask, what is the sensation within that body part, okay? I'm going to do a separate session for you where I'm going to explain and teach you how to do that. Again, honestly, that's a part of the closed course, but my goal is to bring the neurographic method to you, okay? That's my both professional mission, personal mission, and I would even say part of my soul mission, okay? I worked with my goals and values, and I discovered that NeuroGraphica is actually connected to me on a soul level. So that's why I came back. I took a break, I think 2 years ago, right? Kind of disappeared for a year, took a break, and discovered that no, NeuroGraphica is a part of my soul mission, and I want to make sure I connect to it. Thank you. Thank you for your comment that it's profound and inspiring. I appreciate it. Yes. Yeah. So look what happened. I connected my mind, right, through the use of the neuroline, connected my mind to the goal, to the desires, to the finances. And I'm thinking, what's next? What do I do next? Okay. And I ask myself a question every time you connect the element to your goal. Ask yourself a question, but remember to hear the answer. Don't just do it. Ask yourself a question and hear the answer. Do I want to increase any elements? Listen to the answer. If none of the elements, pay attention. Ask yourself, ask each element, do you want to increase? So the observer element does not want to increase. The body element, do you want to increase? The body element wants to grow this way a bit, okay? I'm gonna let it grow. Okay, I'm going to round it out. As soon as you grow it, go through the rounding right away. Do not leave it off, okay? Before you ask, for example, next I'm going to ask my mind if it wants to increase. But before I do that, I am going to round the new intersections I created by adding a neuroline between connecting my body element with my desire, with my finances. So that's an important part, okay? Do that. Remember to round out all of the intersections every time you add a shape or an element or a neuroline, okay? Remember to go through the line that you just added. Go over it again, neurographic. Remember, point 3.1 is, step 3.1 is neurographing, going over the element again. Number 2 is the rounding. Round out all of the intersections. Okay. Connect to it. Voila. Okay, there you go. Now I'm going to ask my mind, do you want to increase? You know, I kind of want to increase, but it's not sure, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to start connecting the next element. I'm asking, what is the next? I have 2 elements left, okay? I have the soul and the emotion. And I'm asking, which element wants to connect next to my desire, to my goal? Of course, the element of the soul is the next one, because the emotion, remember, I still have some resistance here, so I may have to work with emotions on a different level, okay? Okay, voila. Here, I added 3 lines between the soul. Here, I'm adding one more. Wanted to add. This is between the soul and the desire, okay? But we know when we add the lines are not just going to be between the soul and the desire. It's going to kind of go through other elements, go through other shapes as well, okay? So now again, do 3.1, neurograph each line, go through each line again, go over it. You see what I'm doing? Going over the line. Whenever I come upon the intersection, I work on that intersection. I add the rounding effect to make this intersection. Remember, what intersection do is connecting 2 lines together, 2 energy lines. This is like, remember what I say, the neurographic drawing is a GPS for your mind, for your soul, for your subconscious to know where it wants to go. And you created a number of routes. You don't know which route Your subconscious will choose to go, which way your life will go, right? So you're taking precaution and you're making sure whatever pathway your life takes, it's going to be a safe and harmonious pathway. Going to be done in a way that's safe and comforting, okay? Remember, rounding represents a circle. Care, comfort, love, motherly love, okay? Motherly love is about acceptance, okay? Acceptance, that's what we all strive to achieve within the level of the inner child. Our inner child wants one thing, and that's what we all want on the inner level, acceptance. And as I talk about it, I realize I'm talking about my soul, right? That's what it is, right? Your soul, the goal of your soul is to feel connected to the higher energy. And that's something I also notice. That's my biggest surprise, that my soul is not connected to the higher energy, to my observer. That makes me very upset. But I know that that's not a general diagnostic. This is just in relations to my goal. So it kind of makes sense. At this point, remember, this is only drawing number 1. We have 6 more drawings to do. At this level, my soul is not connected to my observer, to my higher power, to godly energy, because godly energy is connected to my goal, but my soul is not. I need to figure out, there must be a hidden self, it's called a limiting belief that became a value, some kind of limiting belief within me that's holding me back to aligning this goal of increasing my finances with my soul, with my values. Right? And I might just sit down and do, I'm going to do an ARL catharsis on, we had a whole course where we did limiting beliefs. We had 21 days. We worked with limiting beliefs. Okay. Trying to remember if we used, it's one of my courses where we used, I don't remember where it was. Was it Ho'oponopono or something where we worked with limiting beliefs? Okay. We took 21 days. I had a whole coaching group where we gathered, and for 21 days, we worked with limiting beliefs, drawing ARL, removing the limitations from within, okay? Removing that limiting belief that I had within me. And I feel this is where it is, okay? My soul is not aligned because there's some kind of a limiting belief that became a value, okay? Remember, the beliefs that our parents give us as children, okay, whatever our parents tell us when we are babies, when we are children, we take it as a value. We take it face value. We don't know better. We don't know what the world is about. So we learn about the world from the point of view of our parents or whoever your authority figure was, okay? Parents, guardians, for some of us, it's our grandparents, right? Many cultures have grandparents using as a way to bring up kids, right? Russian parents do that. I was very close to my grandmother. My mother was a single mother, so my grandmother was very much involved. She helped me, she would help my mother take care of me. So I spent a lot of time with my grandmother, and I noticed a lot of things, I noticed. Now I became very keenly aware of all my thoughts. I kind of, it's my inner filter already. I already know, okay, this thought came from my mother, this thought came from my grandmother, right? This I heard from my uncle, right? My fatherly figure, right? I didn't have a father. My parents got divorced when I was born, and my father wasn't present in my life. So the masculine energy I had is my uncle, right? And I am keenly, like, certain ideas I get, and I'm like, I wonder where this thought came into my mind. And I'm like, oh, okay, he had this idea, so I got this. Okay, it's very interesting to note. Okay, it's very interesting to pay attention to that, to become aware of that. It gives me a lot of understanding about whether this belief, this idea, this thought is actually mine. Do I genuinely believe in it or not? Okay, so I start realizing that there are some limiting beliefs, ideas that I have about the goal, the desire that I need to work through. Now, I rounded all the neurolines in this drawing. And now, hi, Crystal. So nice to hear you. No, it's not the happiness course. It's a separate course. Happiness is going to be, I took the happiness course at Harvard, and I took a happiness course with somebody else. There's a whole algorithm for happiness. What do you do to bring happiness to yourself? Emotion is going to be something else. Because emotions, it sounds like happiness is an emotion. It's not, by the way. Happiness is a feeling. And for most of us, it's a fleeting feeling, right? If I am thirsty and I drink water, I become happy. After a second, I am not thirsty anymore because I drank my water. I am happy for that few seconds after I drink my water. After I'm satiated, I'm not happy anymore. My body will want something else. My mind will wander off. What do I do next? What do I achieve next, right? And I have to schedule it, okay, guys? I will schedule it and I will let you know. But emotions is actual emotions. We have a lot of emotions like anger, like fear that we do not know how to process. They're trapped within us and they hold us from going forward toward any goal. So I will post, I read my social media. I will try to be posting. I will try to start using, that's what I have to also learn, YouTube. I have to learn how to use YouTube also where I post announcements about more sessions coming up, more courses. Okay, so definitely follow through on Instagram. I'm going to do it on Facebook. Okay, I will be sending it out to you. So I'm asking myself a question. Do I want to grow the figure of the soul? Do I want to grow the figure of the desire? Actually, both of them are saying yes. I'm thinking, what should I do first? My soul definitely wants to grow. Look, I'm going to make it bigger. Look how big it becomes. Wow, now that makes sense. Yes, the soul is definitely that big. I know that because I know the soul is my primary way I connect, I interact with the world is my soul. It's my soul and my emotions. You have two major, okay, we have four ways we interact with the world. It's our body, emotions, mind, and soul. We are born with two ways that are the strongest, okay? Pay attention to who you are. For me, it's my soul. It's very strong, okay? My intuition is very strong, and my emotions, okay? For you, it can be I can honestly, if I know like all my family members, my good friends who I know very well, I can already let them know. Like I know, I can see who has a stronger body, you know, for whom the two strongest elements are whoever it's body. For example, I know for my husband, it's body and emotions, right? I have a friend, for her, it's her mind and her body. Okay, each one of us has two of them are the strongest, and two of the elements, when we are born, they're weak. One of those weak elements is something we can easily work on. It's our goal, you know, and it's easily achievable. Okay, for me, it's my mind. Okay, I love learning anything new. Second, guys, my daughter's friend is calling her. Hello. Yeah, I'll give her the phone. Give me a second, guys. Let me pass the iPad to my daughter. I'll find this phone. Avita. Oh, no, I didn't realize she's not here. She went with my husband somewhere. I'll tell her to close, okay? Sorry, I'm back. That's what happens when kids are home. It's great. I love it. But it's harder to work, and I'm still okay with that. So two of the elements are weak, right? And one of the weakest element is something we work on throughout life, and it's easy to change, okay? It comes easy to us. We strive it, we do great in it, we excel in it, you know? Start noticing which element in your life you were born weaker in the beginning, but then you notice that the success, right? You easily become successful in this element. And then there is one element that's a challenge to us, right? For me, that's my body. It's a challenge, okay? No matter how much I work, even if I start understanding, it's still a challenge. It's still like it has like some ambiguity for me, okay? I don't understand everything. For me, the anatomy course was the hardest course in college. Biology, oh, I hate it. I can't stand it, right? But that's what it is, right? For me, working with my body is my challenge, and it's a lifelong challenge, right? That's what we're here. That's a part of who you are. And we did that in the goals and values class. We figured out what is our soul mission, what is our professional mission, personal mission. We aligned them together, right? And look, I grew my soul, and I start noticing that now my soul is quite connected to the desire, but not fully. Look, this is my soul and this is my desire. It's connected for about like 10, 15%, not more than that, okay? And I ask myself again a question: do I want to increase over do any of the elements want to increase? And I start noticing that my mind wants to be increased, okay? Because notice what I just did. I did a lot of analysis. Remember, I came up with an idea that I have limiting beliefs. My marker is finished. I need to take a new marker. Where's my marker? And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to increase my mind element, right? I notice my mind element is yearning to be increased. Okay. Like this. Remember, you increase it and then go over the increased line and round it out. Okay, guys, round it out. Start noticing, what does it mean to you when you are. So I understand why my mind increased, because I got to like a certain idea. I got to the point why, right? And notice that's a connection. Limiting beliefs, by the way, is something of your mind. But when it becomes your value, it's your soul. So it's a connection between your mind and your soul. And that's exactly what happened, right? My mind and my soul have become more integrated because I'm getting to this, it's an important aspect of my um why my mind, why my soul wasn't aligned with the desire originally. Okay, so I'm trying to see now. I notice that the desire and the soul kind of overlap, but they don't integrate fully. And my goal is to integrate them fully. But remember, this is only drawing number one. So I still have, I'm going to do 6 more drawings. I'm going to actually go through all the elements separately to work through them and start understanding what is happening. Okay, my next challenge, and I'll be completely honest with you, okay? My next challenge is to work with emotions, and I have such high resistance. Like, I can't. Like, my emotions is refusing to be connected to the goal. And that's very deep limitations. And you know what I'm going to do? Those of you in my specialist course, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a piece of paper, put it on the emotion. Look at this. I'm going to take a memo pad now. If you know how to do the ARL, if you have something like this, like what I have, an inner resistance on any of the elements, this is what you do. You take a piece of paper and you're going to do the catharsis. Okay. I'm not going to explain what that is for those of you who don't know. Wait, I'm going to do an open drawing of the ARL, okay, in January, and you'll get to benefit from it. But for now, for those of you who know, just you know what I'm doing. For those of you who don't, just go along. I'm just going to work through the resistance here. It's a special algorithm that works through the inner resistance. Whoa, look at this, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to align it with my drawing. Breathing in and out whenever you do the ARL, the catharsis. Remember, breathing is so important. This is how you work through the resistance. You work through the limitations, the breathing, okay? This is how your body processes and kind of learns. And that's the idea about the emotions course we're going to do. It's not going to be about us changing our emotions, okay? This is the most important thing we need to learn to understand. It's about learning to understand the emotions that come to us. What does it represent? Most importantly, not changing it, but rather, how do we process it? Okay? Just like everything that happens in our life, right? Sometimes we focus on change, but sometimes it's important to understand, which is why we do the awareness practice. Becoming aware of our emotions allows us to kind of be a part of our emotions without necessarily overtaking us, okay? The whole point of emotion, just like we become aware of our body part, is becoming aware. Our body, our emotions, our thoughts send us a signal, become aware. And that's all it wants to be. It doesn't necessarily need an action to be taken, okay? When I'm angry, when somebody's angry, what do you think? Right away, a person start thinking that, oh my God, there's an action that must follow. Be careful of somebody who's angry. They're going to go on a shooting rampage or anything else, right? People right away think that emotions must lead to actions, okay? It's not. And that's, in order for this not to happen, we need to learn to become aware of our emotions so they don't overtake us. The only reason emotions overtake us is because, and those of us who are overly emotional, you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm an overly emotional, right? Sometimes I feel like I become so emotional that I become choked up with like even tears, like inner tears, right? And I can't like even do anything. I can't, like, later on I'm thinking, if somebody said something to me that was rude or really mean, why didn't I react right away? Because I didn't know. I became aware of my emotions, and because I didn't know my most of our parents, most of the time that our parents never were learned themselves, so they don't know how to teach us. This is not something, by the way, emotions, working with emotion is something completely new. Even within the field of psychology learned how to work with mind, body, right? Metaphysics. Emotions is something new, right? Emotions is a feminine energy. So the field of psychology originally was a masculine energy, right? Think about what Freud talked about. He talked about the mind, he talked about the body, he talked about even the soul, but he never mentioned emotions until female psychologists became a dominant force. I'm not going to say it's predominant. It's not yet a dominant force. There's still more, as much as we think about psychology being like a female-oriented profession, right? It's not as much. Okay, guys, there's still more male psychologists than females. So, but at least it's becoming more accepting, more open to female energy, which is what emotions are. Emotions is something we learn when we understand, when we accept, when we process our feminine energy fully. Okay. Most men, even if they're in touch with their feminine side, they don't fully understand. By the way, learning how to process emotions is something we learned from our mothers. So again, if our mothers never learned it because they never learned it, right? That wasn't a thing. That was never a thing. They don't know how to teach us. So as a result, we either shun our emotions or we become overcome with emotions because we don't know how, A, to become aware of them, so that B, step 2, we would learn to process them. Okay. That's a very important part to learn about emotions. We need to become aware. We need to learn. We need to integrate our emotions. I have a lot of friends, female, by the way, friends, right? And one of them told me she watched the Emotions Disney movie. You guys know what I'm talking about, Inside Out, right? Inside Out, I think the name of the movie, where it talks about emotions. And she said, oh my God, I didn't know we have so many emotions, right? And she said, I started noticing, because I also taught her, she started doing NeuroGraphic with me, and I started teaching her about emotion. She was completely closed up to her emotions. Whenever I would ask her about emotions, she would just give me a thought. She would say, I think I want to do this. And I would tell her, this is a thought, not an emotion. She's like, what do you mean? She was not aware that she was substituting all her emotions. She completely closed up her emotion. Everything, whenever I would ask her emotion, she would substitute it with a thought, right? So I started teaching her. I developed a whole program where I started teaching her with Wheel of Emotions. And I said, use it, keep it next to you and use it every day, not just during the sessions, right? And she did it. She would call me and she left me a message. She's like, you don't understand, Lana. I wake up in the morning and I become aware. I look at the wheel of emotions and I start learning. I was not aware that I have these emotions. I didn't know they exist, right? And that's the idea. And it's very interesting to notice because I remember, see, I know her mother, so her mother is quite emotional, but she doesn't know how to process emotions. And if you don't know how to process emotions, you don't know how to teach about emotions to others, mostly your kids. Okay. It's our responsibility if you're a female, if a woman, a mother. Remember, it's your responsibility to learn how to process emotions to your children. Okay. Notice what happened. I added neural lines all over the catharsis. And then I went through the catharsis lines and I rounded everything. And voila, what I'm going to do is, give me a second. Okay, what I'm going to do is, ready? I'm going to remove this kind of, kind of reformed, okay? This kind of transformed emotion, right? Ready, set, go, voila. When I remove it, I'm going to do a series of deep breathing. I'm not going to throw away this paper. This is something I'm going to add. Actually, I'm going to even do it right now. Look, I'm going to put it back and because I feel like I want to add an affixing shape here. The affixing shape is staring me in the face and I'm going to bring it out. Okay. Okay. Voila. Look. Look. This affixing shape. Okay. Now I'm going to do the field lines. Okay, guys. Remember, this is a small piece of paper, so the field lines I'm going to add is only 2. Okay, voila. See? And I'm going to also add color to it. Okay, I'm going to work with it later. This is amazing. Truly, truly amazing. I love it. I love this drawing, and this is the feeling you should be having about the drawing. Whenever you love your drawing, that means whatever the original feeling was, it transformed. Because when you visually accept something, it means you internally accepted it. And that's the whole premise of the neurographic method. The idea that the beauty lies within the eyes of the beholder is the idea that whenever you find somebody beautiful, it means you accepted them as who they are. Okay, think about it. Now mothers think their babies are the most beautiful creatures, right? It means you accept them, just fully accept them, no matter what they are or who they are, right? And that's what it is. Okay. Voila. I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna add color to it later, and it's gonna be a resource. Instead of the weakness, right? Remember, it was something I felt uncomfortable, I had resistance. Now it turned into a resource, okay? Into a resource. And now look at this. My emotion is screaming to me, please connect me to my desire. It's like, I can't wait to be connected to this goal. I just am impatient, right? That's an emotion, right? To be impatient. I am impatient is connected to the word passion. I am full of passion to be connected to this goal. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm connecting my emotion. Voila. Connecting it, going over it, rounding out all the lines. Just kind of breathing in and breathing out. Oh, it's so good. Voila. Okay. I love this. I'm telling you, this algorithm is amazing. So good. It's so good. It's so interesting to see, to watch. Voila. breathing in and breathing out. I'm going to do the reflection process because nothing else is, I just need to process all of this. Breathing in and breathing out. My body sensation is within my tummy and my hip, actually. Breathing in and breathing out. My like I don't have enough air. Breathing in and breathing out. What are my emotions? And my emotion is very interesting. Something is coming up. Anxiety is my emotion. Anxiety, okay? Note your emotions. Those of you who are specialists, make sure you note it on the separate paper, okay? Learn to jot down all of the reflection processes. Something else is within my emotion. It's anxiety, it's impatience, but it's something else. It's, when you say I can't wait, it's not a bad impatience, it's a good impatience. Impatient of a child who wakes up, right, in the morning, right? Those of you who celebrate Christmas, wakes up, adults are like that too, right? Wake up in the morning, we say, we can't wait to get our present, right? And that's what it is, right? You're impatient to get to your goal. And that impatient has what? And that's what the resource is. This resource is passion. Okay? I worked through my resistance and I discovered the resource of passion, which is what I was looking for, if you remember. You need passion. Whenever you want to go toward your goal, the best emotion, you can go through many emotions. Again, go through the wheel of emotions, see which emotion you want to bring up. But the best emotion to bring up is passion. Passion is what will give you lots of energy, okay? Think about any topic. Think about it. What in your mind, when I say the word passion, what comes up in your mind? What goal? What topic? Right? For me, passion is my traveling. I love traveling, okay? So yeah, I love traveling, actual traveling, okay? Actual going somewhere else, exploring the new country, the new area, the new city. For me, that's like, wow, like I love it. Okay, going on trips, on tours. I love museums, so I'm into museum exploration a lot. Okay. What else? Just learning about the culture of that country, learning about, different ways, seeing different people. Yeah. Voila. Okay, there you go. Now I'm asking myself, does my desire, anything else? Now, remember, I just worked with emotion, I connected the emotions with my desire, with my goal. So I'm asking myself, do any of the elements, remember now, this is the last element that I'm connecting. So when I connect it to the desire, it goes through other elements as well, right? It went through all of the elements. It went through the soul. It went through the mind. It went through the body. It went through the observer. So all the elements have been working. And I'm asking myself, what element do I want to increase? And I realize the emotion want to increase, actually wants to move. So I'm thinking, okay, like this. Voila. You notice what happening to the emotion? The emotion grew. Look at this. This is how big the emotion. At this point in your drawing, like you can see it in my drawing, right? It's a bit confusing already. Which elements are which? They're not as clear. Because why? Because we have an abundance of what? What's the best thing in the NeuroGraphica method? An abundance of neurolines, guys. Abundance of the neurolines is a great thing. It means that you created a map for your subconscious that has so many pathways to get to where you need to be, okay? So when your subconscious gets in a car, okay, I'm giving you, it's a kind of a joking metaphor, okay? But yeah, if it gets in a car, The GPS can tell you if it's traffic in this street, you take the other street. Okay. Remember how your GPS constantly tells you, oh, it's traffic here. So you're going to take instead of your usual road, you're going to take a different road. And you're happy for that, right? Because you don't want to be stuck in traffic. Who likes to be stuck in traffic? I haven't met a person who said, I love being stuck in traffic, right? I haven't met anybody, right? Because we all want to get to where we want to be. We all strive to reach our goal, okay? And over here, I'm asking myself, does my desire, and now notice what's going to happen. My desire is growing this big, okay? Yes, it may be confusing for you visually to notice which one is, like, if you ask me, where is my emotion? It's going to be a bit confusing because I have too many lines, but it doesn't matter. Your mind, your subconscious is aware, okay? Trust your intuition, trust your subconscious, trust your soul to guide your mind, to guide your emotions, to guide your body to go where it's supposed to go. Trust your observer, your inner higher power, your inner God, inner universe, to kind of oversee, to guide for all of your elements, to guide you to go to where you want. And in this case, guys, it's not just about you want, but the whole goal of this course, the whole goal of this drawing is you need to be, okay? You create, remember what I said, I'm impatient. When you're impatient, it's something you need to be, okay? I'm sorry, I'm going to use this example. When you need to use the bathroom, you're impatient because you need to use the bathroom. It's not a choice, okay? It's a need, okay? Ever been in a car talking about taking a trip, right? And you need to use the bathroom. And it's like every single step, every single mile, forget about every single mile, every single like sub-mile, whatever, millimeter is, you're like, are we there yet? Is a gas station there? Can we stop at the rest stop? Can I go to the restroom already? Right? Your body is impatient. Your body is restless because it needs to fulfill the need. And that's the idea. At the end of this course, you're going to create this goal. Is not going to be just a desire. It's going to be a need. It's going to be a goal that's more than just a desire. It's a goal that you will involve on a soul level as a value. That means value, by the way, everything we do in life is something we don't do anything in life that doesn't satisfy our value, okay? Something for you to become aware of. If you're doing it, that means it satisfies, it goes along, it satisfies a value. So we're going to create at the end of this course, you will create a value that will align with this goal. And it will not just be a desire, but will be a need that you need to fulfill because it's a necessity for you, okay? It's a necessity for you. I read once that a truly religious person will not be poor because they understand the value of money. They understand that money is given by God to fulfill important materialistic goals in life. Feeding the poor, you need money. Okay, to give charity, you need money. I'm talking from like a deep religious point of view, right? People who say I don't need money, I have God. That's not yeah, it's important. I'm not talking making money your goal in life. It's not. But money is a way for you, and that's why, remember, my goal was not money, by the way, it's finances. I want to be a financially savvy person. I want to be, I want to increase my financial intelligence. That's a new term. I'm going to coin it, right? We have emotional IQ, we have mental IQ. I'm going to do financial IQ, okay? The course will be about increasing your financial IQ, okay? I don't know, maybe somebody already coined it. I'm just saying it, I haven't heard it, so I'm going to use it. It's new to me. And that's the idea. The idea is to become aware, increasing your, notice what happened. My desire is this big. It's the biggest circle. That's a good thing. This is what you want. You want to make it the biggest circle there is. Okay. I start paying attention. My emotions are now here. Okay. This is my emotion. Actually, this is where coloring will come in handy. We're going to separate all the shapes. Okay. My emotion will be here. Let's do this. My emotion is this color. Okay, let's do it. Okay, this is my emotions. I know where my emotions are. I'm going to color it like this. Okay, let's add color. Let's start to distinguish into all of our newly grown elements. Okay. Voila. Okay. I'm just coloring it now. My job is to just add color to each element. This is my emotion. Okay. My mind is going to be here. Where is my mind? My mind, I know, is big too. Okay. And this is where you're going to start noticing certain areas where it's not rounded. Then this is a chance for you to round out. Okay. Round out all of the intersections. Okay. Okay, voila. There you go. Voila. There you go. Okay, this is my mind. Okay. I don't know if you can see it. It's color gray. That's why you may not see it in the drawing, right? Sometimes gray does not come out, but I colored. Okay. It's gray. Now, my soul is going to be this big. Okay. Interesting to note, right? All the colors that overlap and how they change color once they overlap. This is my soul. Okay, this is my soul. Okay. Now, my body. Nice green color. Give me a second. I'll find a nice green color. There it is. My body is over here, right? It's nice and big. I just realized it's not big enough. I should increase my body. My body definitely wants to grow, okay? So we need to grow the body. That's good. Remember, body represents reality. So if you want to grow it, and pay attention, how do you want to grow? Do you want to grow it away from the desire or towards the desire, okay? Even though I thought I'm going to grow it this way, but now I realize you become aware, you can direct yourself, okay? I'm saying, no, I want to grow it toward my desire, okay? Pay attention. Notice what's happening. My body is now aligned with my emotions. Yay. Hooray, hooray. Remember how emotion was like separate, right? It somewhat overlapped with my soul, but it was like a separate entity. Now, right, my body is integrated with my soul. Not a lot, a little bit, but it's amazing. I'm very happy. Notice what you have been achieving with this drawing, okay? Notice how all the elements are growing, shifting, okay? They don't just grow, they're also shifting. And that shows the change, the transformation in the way those elements are reacting with your goal. Okay, which is, again, remember, this is the main reason why we're making this drawing. To figure out what's happening, to figure out which elements are there to help our goal and which elements are not there to help. But we want to definitely make sure, in order for your goal to come true in your life, all the elements must be aligned. Your body, your soul, your mind, your emotions. The observer has to work with you, okay? The godly power, okay? Remember, it's not, this is about the fact, okay, that those of who are religious, you understand, you must work with God, okay? You understand that the godly energy is everywhere. Those of you who are not religious, but you know the same thing. You use the same idea toward the universe. The universe must be aligned with you. You can't just want something without it being aligned within the universal value, okay? How is it? Remember the Ikigai. How is it helping you who you are? Okay, guys, this is important. Voila. There you go. This is awesome. I love it. Okay, next. I need to color. How big is my observer, right? Observer wants to grow too. Let's go. Okay, and this is, by the way, the final growing. The next step I'm going to do is adding the field lines, okay? This is it. No more adding. I'm going to see if I have enough neural lines in the background. I'm going to add maybe more neural lines in the background, but I may just have enough. I may have add more over here on the bottom, but this is it. Adding field lines will be the next step, okay? Because I'm doing step 4.2, the archetyping, and I'm doing step 4.1, the adding enough lines to make my figure substantial, and then I'm going to attach it to my background. Okay. And you can do this, by the way. You can switch from step 4.1 to 4.2, taking turns, adding color, adding lines, adding color, adding lines. Okay, guys, that's allowed in the method. And notice now it's going to be a bit hard because you're going to be a bit confused, but follow your intuition. Your intuition will tell you which lines are your elements, okay? Which ones are the mind, the emotions, and so on and so forth, okay, guys? Are you guys enjoying yourself? I'm truly enjoying this drawing, you know? How about you guys? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Are you enjoying the drawing? Are you enjoying what we're doing here? It's an amazing, amazing algorithm. Let me know. Give me a shout out if you are enjoying the algorithm, the drawing. Generally, if you're enjoying this whole thing, okay? I would love to hear from you. Give me some encouragement so I know if I should do more open drawings. Remember, I want to do open drawings for you guys next week, okay? We're going to plan year 2025. Are you ready? Are you excited? I'm very excited. Are you excited for 2025? We're going to say goodbye to 2024 and say hello to 2025. Okay. Voila. So my observer grew. What color would my observer be? Yellow. We need yellow. Where is my yellow? I struggle with disrespect too. Yeah, absolutely. Disrespect is very hard. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. We need to learn to understand, and the idea is awareness. Awareness of emotions is what will get us to process those emotions. First, to become aware, then, and that's going to be the course. Learning to become aware is one part, but learning to process it, to understand what those emotions represent, what is the goal of those emotions in our life, and that's how we're going to learn to process it, okay? Yeah, this was very hard for me to figure out where was the line that was my observer. But as soon as I started doing it, guess what? My intuition just kind of guided my hand to bring out the observer lines. Okay, voila. Beautiful. Now, the only thing I need to highlight will be my my desire. Okay. And that's going to be a little hard because it's easy. It's hard and easy at the same time. It's easy because it's the biggest circle, but it's still hard because I still have to kind of make sure that I do the right boundaries right here. See, notice? Wow, look at this. The observer is fully integrated into my, oh my God, this is amazing. I love it. Okay. And this is the idea, working with this. Okay. Okay. Now, those of you who learned from this algorithm in the first cohort, we didn't add the field lines and the fixing shape, but now the more, this is what it is, right? This is my 7 years of learning, of working with NeuroGraphica. And I realized, no, you need to add field lines and a fixing shape to every single drawing because field lines represent universal line and we want it. Look at this. Look how integrated the observer is in my, look at this. This is my desire. You can see the body is mostly integrated. The observer is mostly integrated. The mind is fully there, guys. Look at this. The mind is fully a part of my desire. The soul is still a little less than, well, actually, if we go by the big soul, okay. It's like 48%, 49%, right? The emotion is still the least. Look, the emotion, this is the desire, and this is the emotions. It's like 15, 20% integrated. So I know I have to work on the emotions more. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sharon, it's amazing, right? Adriana, thank you. Thank you, Adriana. Welcome. Welcome to sign up for the basic course, guys, to understand fully what's happening. Yes. Happy holidays, guys. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. Maybe there are any other holidays I'm not aware of. Happy holidays to you guys, but that's what it is, right? It's amazing. Sharon, it's amazing. I remember the first time doing it and thinking, oh my God, how amazing is this? Every single time I do it, I go through the same thing, Sharon. I get shocked, okay? I become shocked at how amazing this becomes, how true the diagnostic is, and when you work through it, okay? So let's add, I'm going to add field lines, okay? I'm adding field lines. Remember, field lines, start thinking, do your field lines want to be passive energy, active energy, or diagonal? Diagonal means it's in the middle. It's not passive, it's not active, it's between one and another, okay? So I'm thinking what energy, and I realize I definitely have diagonal because I'm in the middle. I am not, no, this is not a good marker to use. Nope. I don't like this one. Okay. Try your markers before you use this. No. I'm going to use this one. Okay. Okay. Bring your field lines. Usually, my size of my paper is A4, by the way. This is great to draw on A3, FYI, okay? I actually wanted to do A3 and I forgot. Okay. So, okay, pay attention. Your field lines must be very, very thick. They be so thick that when you look at your picture, right away you will see the field lines, okay? That's your goal. Your goal is for your field lines. Look what I'm doing. I'm making them nice and bold. They need to be nice and thick. The thickest lines in your drawing must be the field lines, and they're fixed in shape, okay? For A4 and A5, A3 drawing, you need to put at least 3 field lines. Sometimes for A3, you can even do 4 if you want to, okay? You should notice. When you do the field lines, make sure you space them out. Don't just do all field lines in one area. Make sure, look, you have 3 areas to my drawing. You see, I'm doing a diagonal. So one is in the center, one will go to the top, okay? So that all areas of my drawings is taken, and one will go to the bottom, okay? Voila, beautiful, okay? And one will be in the bottom, okay? Add the field lines. Get universal energy, get godly energy, get higher power to help you in your quest. Remember, your goal is a quest, and you're going on a journey. This course is a journey, a quest to reach your goal, to make a desire as part of your passion, part of your need. It's not just a desire. It's not just some remote idea that you're thinking you want to achieve. No, this is your need. This is what you need to bring into this world. Make it a part of your soul mission, of your professional mission, and of your personal mission. Remember, you have 3 missions in life, okay? We have 3 areas we work on: personal life, professional life, and the soul, the spiritual life. Okay, we all have our goals, our missions that we want to achieve in all of those 3 areas. Join, start learning, start understanding, start achieving. This is truly amazing. Breathing in and breathing out as you are going through the field lines, and most importantly, remember to round them out, round out all of the intersection, make everything harmonious. Your goal is to bring harmony. One thing is to achieve something new in your life, but when you achieve with harmony, think about it. Isn't it much better? Right? Isn't it much better when you bring new things in your life and you're happy about it? You're content, you're joyous, right? And that was a part of my brainstorming list, being content with my financial self, okay? And that's something hard, right? How many of us are content with ourselves on a financial level or whatever level? Think about the goal, your theme, whatever you chose to work with. How content are you with it? How easy for us? And it's very hard. A lot of us, money, by the way, is one of those ideas where we're never content, right? We're always like, once we reach this goal, we want to grow higher and higher. Why? Because this is how life is, right? The more you buy, the more you want to buy, right? Um, and it's important to become aware of that. And it's important to start thinking, why? Where does this come? Where does this, like, I'm giving you, I'm telling you, but of course, this is something I myself thinking. Where does this thought of wanting more come from? And it comes, of course, from the early childhood, right? It comes from this idea. I grew up in Soviet Union, right? So it's a communist country, right? And the idea is that it's never enough because we don't have enough, because there was not enough, right? When one point I have a course called the Body Image course. And in that course, we actually work through the idea of working with your weight. And I started, and during that course is when I realized that my relationship with food, with eating, or in my case, overeating, is connected to the idea that I was hungry. I suffered from hungerness at one point. And whenever somebody goes through the hunger, right, when they suffered from hungerness, right, from hunger, I think the right way to say would be hunger, they have this inner part that constantly wants to overeat. Because the idea is that if there was a time when you suffered because there was not enough food, the goal is to kind of accumulate a lot of food and you put it away, and your body integrates it in the way of where a person becomes overweight. And for me, that was a serious issue last year, because I had a health issue, and it still is an issue for me. Okay, I work with my weight, not as a mental idea, oh, it's good to lose weight, or as a beauty, but only as a health. I have to be scared into losing weight, because otherwise my mind does not react. Why? Because my value is to put food away, and that works on my body. Okay. I'm still in session. You came? Okay, guys. Yeah, we're gonna finish up. It's 2:24. We've been drawing for 2.5 hours. Yeah. Okay. And that's the idea. Voila. We're gonna finish up, okay? And I'm just gonna add the fixing shape, and then remember we're gonna do stylization and do brainstorming at the end. Okay. Adriana, you're gonna love the basic user course. It's an amazing course. You're gonna enjoy it so much. Okay. I'm thinking where my fixing shape is gonna be. So you have two choices for a fixing shape in this algorithm. It's either the wish, the desire, bring it out. If that, do it with your finger. If your body agrees with it, do it. Or it can also be that element that's a elusive element, the one that comes to the hardest. In my case, for example, it's using my example, it's the emotion. Remember how hard I'm working with it? I work with it, but there's still so much resistance within it. Okay. So that's what it is. I'm gonna bring out my desire. Okay. I cannot bring out my emotion. My emotion is very resistant to be brought out. I still need to work. And I know my next drawing is I'm going to do my emotions first, okay? When you buy the course, welcome to buy the course. Again, the course is on sale, guys. It's only $49, okay? It's regularly $150. I made it special, it's affordable for people to buy it, because this is the time for us to start setting quests. This is the time for us to become aware. What is our desire? What is our wish? What do I want to achieve as I finish this year and work toward another setting for the next year, right? This is the miracles time. Both solar wise and lunar wise, This is the best time, guys, to set up your goals for the year ahead. Just letting you know, okay? That even if you believe in that stuff astrologically, it's the best time. Aligning yourself with your goal for next year, now is the best time when the solar energy and the lunar energy are its highest, okay? It's the best time to set the goals. Start wishing. Yeah. So that's why buy the course, make it affordable. Start using this course, start working with this course. Start understanding, and in the course, each session is separate. Let's say, in my case, I need to work with emotions next, right? But let's say in your case, it's going to be working with the soul. So you choose which session that is. I clearly mark, right? It's available in recording. And you're going to work it. You're going to take that recording and you're going to, the main point is for you to understand the algorithm of working with each element. And that's what you're going to do. Take it and start working, okay? Breathing in and breathing out as you bring each element. Those of you in the specialist course, remember to do the reflection process. The only way you learn is by practicing. I'm going to guide you, breathing in and breathing out. What is your body sensation? Think about the body part and then the sensation within that body part. Breathing in and breathing out. Become aware. Remember, don't overanalyze your body sensation or your emotion or your thought. Just become aware of it, note, and go further. What is your emotion or emotions? Okay, can be plural. Next step will be what are your thoughts? Breathing in and breathing out. Watch. Breathing in, breathing out. Say, I'm aware and I acknowledge all of my body sensations, my emotions, and my thoughts, and I give it space, place, and awareness within my life, within all of my being. Okay, breathing in and breathing out. Look at your drawing and become connected to the intuitive reflection within you. Okay, an insight will come to you. The insight can be a thought, an emotion, or a body sensation. It can be a combination of either of those three, okay? Just become aware of it. Note it for yourself. Now, this seventh step is the stylization. Stylization, and when you start paying attention, okay? I'm paying attention that I don't have enough lines. Whenever I see huge shapes, I'm going to add lines. Look over there. Look how huge this area is with no lines. I have to add lines here, okay? I'm going to add lines here. I'm going to add lines here. Okay. Neural lines. Look, when I have big areas like this, what I'm going to do is create diagonal lines and connect them together. This, look, make the shape smaller, okay? Don't leave your shape so big. Beautiful, okay. In general, I want to tell you, as much as still I have ambiguity on the emotional level, in general, I'm kind of content. I'm kind of happy with this drawing, and that's the best part, okay? This is how you know that transformations are taking place, and most importantly, these transformations are being processed, are being accepted, right? Whenever you have content, content is about acceptance. It means you're accepting whatever changes are occurring, and that's a good thing. For you to feel acceptance, that's good. That means your body, and that's the hardest element, right? The body is not easy to please, by the way, right? Remember how I said, even if your hand, even if your mind says, draw something here, don't draw it until your body agrees with it, because your body is the boss in a way. Most of us, we think the mind is the boss. Nope, guys. The body is a true boss, because everything we do, in order for anything to come in the reality, it should come on the body level first. So that should be your goal. Make sure the body's as integrated as it should be. Okay, if you have parallel lines like this, remember to connect them with each other, right? Create a connecting street that can get you to your journey. Like this, okay? What I'm doing, okay? This is advanced NeuroGraphica, by the way, on the life hacks I'm giving you. This usually I give in the closed areas. So definitely enjoy, start bringing transformations. Remember, the more we transform, each one of us individually, the more we become transformed as a society. And that's a good thing. The more we start reaching the goal, the general goal of the humanity, right? To become bigger, better, to become a better person individually and as a society, right? Maybe the more we can achieve something we all strive for: peace, love, care, acceptance, right? Wars occur because there's not enough acceptance on some level, on a national level, right? And that's what it is. We want to stop the wars, learn on bringing acceptance to the world. Start on the individual level. Start learning to accept yourself, and that's the level of the basic user course. Then start bringing it to others, and that's the specialist goal. Okay, the specialist course is about sharing NeuroGraphic with others. You learn to become a coaching professional who uses NeuroGraphic with others. In my course, I do something no any other instructor does, okay? I actually teach you how to do it as part of the coaching process, okay? I have a separate course called the Coaching with NeuroGraphica. It's now included in the specialist course, okay, guys? Okay, now I like to use oil pastels. You guys use your favorite medium, okay? I'm gonna add, look at this, I'm gonna make this nice and big purple. Here's a chance for you to actually, if you want to change color for whatever reason, you can change colors. Remember the colors you originally put in? You can change them. Now, the way you work with the drawing on aesthetic level, right? If you are an artist, if your background is artistic background, you probably will have lots of ways. I am not an artistic background. For me, NeuroGraphica truly is a psychological method. I love using it. This is what I teach. This is the way I teach, right? Different instructors, by the way, will teach you differently. Some will teach you more artistic approach. I do more psychological. But yeah, look at this. I'm gonna try to integrate the emotions, okay? Because I feel like this is what needs to be done the most, okay? Notice, okay? Breathing in and breathing out as I integrate the emotions within my role, okay? Again, the soul is going to be blue. And we need color blue here. Okay. And again, if you want to become a trainer for the butterfly effect course, that's a possibility. Okay, that's a great possibility. No other English speaking instructor. There are a few instructors that are trainers, but they do not, they can teach you, they can show you how to do the, the butterfly effect, but They cannot give you the trainer certification. Okay, what else is here? My observer is right here. It's hiding within my desire and the body as well. Look, I can't even bring it up. Look, I'm gonna try to, but look what happens. Voila. Okay, voila. Give me a second, guys. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Am I speaking with Sergey Mellon?
Sorry. I got the wrong number, so I'm turning it off. I said maybe it's important. What else do I have? I have this, okay. Voila. Okay. This is green. You can see even my body is fully immersed in my desire. But my soul and my emotions are the ones I have to work more and more on, okay? My mind, you can't even see my mind, right? Excellent. Beautiful. Beautiful. And what am I putting in the background here? My mind, I'm gonna put some gray in my mind, right? You can't see the mind. The mind is fully consumed with a goal. But I'm gonna put something in the background. I'm gonna make it yellow, okay? Your goal is to make your drawing as aesthetically pleasing to you as possible, meaning as beautiful as it possible for yourself, okay, guys? That's your goal. Voila. Okay. I am done. I may add something after the session. I don't know, something like that, right? But for now, I am done. Okay. I hope you enjoyed today's session. This was truly, truly amazing. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I want to thank you. Let me change my camera so I say goodbye to you in person. You see me? Yeah. I want to thank you for joining me today, for honoring me with your presence. I am very happy. We went more than 2 hours. I didn't realize that. Okay. But absolutely. If you just joined, watch it from the beginning. It's an amazing, amazing algorithm. Inviting all of you to buy the Butterfly Effect course. Okay. It's on my website. Okay. Yeah, let me show it to you. Sometimes people ask me, where is it? It's actually on the bottom. I'm going to change it. I'm going to put it on top of my butterfly on my website for you guys to be able to see it. Okay. Right now, if you go to my website right here, right? This is my website, and you have to go all the way. You can actually go over here where it says more. Go to NeuroGraphic Fusion courses for sale. And you can be on the bottom here. The Butterfly Effect Neuro Miracles course is what it is. It says for $99. I have to change it for $49. Okay, I'm going to put it on special for $49. But even you're welcome to buy for $49 because even if you do checkout, you're paying through PayPal. And when you pay through PayPal, it allows you to put whatever amount is. But I will change it right after after I finish the session with you guys. Okay. I thought I did actually. I thought I changed it. Let me check. No. So I'm going to change it. Okay, guys, I'll change the, settings for the website, to $49. So you're welcome to purchase this amazing course. And if you are interested in, becoming a trainer, there is a possibility right here. Okay. Over here, you see it says trainer for the Butterfly Effect course. Okay. And that's where you can purchase, okay? It's usually $150, but it's $99 on sale now if you want to become a trainer. Okay, no. Okay, so I'll change this to $49, okay, guys? So you're welcome to purchase the course, enjoy the full course, working with each element separately. Like, even though notice in my drawing, right? The observer was fully in and the mind, but every time I have to work through my emotions and through my soul. So every time I work through my emotion, I still have to make sure it aligns well with other elements. So you do have to go through all the elements. Don't miss any elements. Even if you think it's fully in, work with each element to make sure it's fully integrated. It's fully working toward your goal. Okay. Thank you. I would love to hear your comments. Let me know, how did you enjoy? Happy Hanukkah, Sharon. So nice to join you. I'm very happy to see you here, dear. Okay. I enjoyed being with you. Welcome to draw with me. I'm going to set my schedule for next week. Welcome to join as we draw. It's probably going to be at 12 o'clock. I'm just not sure. I'm doing Monday. Which days, I'm not sure, but I will post them. Probably going to be like this week. Probably going to be Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, okay? I think I'm going to give January 1st. Most people celebrating it, give it as a break, okay? Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day ahead of you, or a good night for those of you in a different time zone. Goodbye. Please welcome to subscribe, write comments, like the video, okay, like my channel, recommend me to your friends. That would be a great exchange of energy. I'm also going to put a donation button. You're welcome to donate if you want to do, again, an exchange of energy. It's up to you. But the best exchange would be if you want to purchase any of the courses. I would love for you to do. Enjoying NeuroGraphica is a great way to transform your life. Goodbye, everyone. Happy holidays.